Hello everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Kristining Seva, and it is my honor to present our research work entitled Art Linguistic: How Conceptual Metaphor of Life is Depicted in Students' Works in Aesthetic course. This study is based on the premise that art is an essential element of human experience, a notion deeply embedded in the concept that art is indispensable to understanding and interpreting life. In the aesthetic course, art is not only a subject of study, but also a medium through which students explore and express profound life concepts. Metaphor is central here. As a language construct, metaphor allows students to give shape and form to abstract ideas about life. This study, therefore, explores how art serves as a linguistic and cognitive tools. And those are the background of our study. The research problems can be identified as follows. The first one is, we would like to know how the students utilize conceptual metaphors to represent life experience through visual art in aesthetic course. And the second one, we would like to know how do academic backgrounds, for example, the students from scientific and social science has different influence in using the metaphor in artistic representations. And the third one, we would like to know how can the integrations of art linguistic and conceptual metaphor theory enhance the teaching and learning of metaphor in aesthetic course. While the research novelty in our research, is largely driven by the art linguistic framework. It uniquely combines cognitive linguistic theories with art criticism in classroom setting. And the novelty of this research is also lies on how metaphor as an inseparable component of language materializes in students' artworks and to express life experience. So metaphor and the art linguistics are basically our research novelty. Our methodology starts with the research site. Our research site is Parahyangan Catholic University, and specifically this research intended for aesthetic course students from class F, which has around 40 until 50 students. And the participants are the students who enroll the aesthetic course in class F in academic year 2023 until 2024 in the even semester. Our data collection start from the documentation and content analysis of the artworks, and then the second one, we try to have the in-depth interview with several students to validate the survey that we made. And then we have FGDs, focus group discussions, in which we examine how academic specializations influence metaphorical representations. We continue with the observation during the art creations, and then we do the analysis of written and oral responses. For the data analysis, we created the data analysis into the flow chart, and we start with the data collection that we have already mentioned at the previous slide. And the last one, we do the interpretations of the results and the findings. First result is that the use of conceptual metaphors to represent the life experience truly reflected on the students' work. It means that the students try to elect the metaphors that uniquely reflects on their perspective of life. Second result of this research goes to the role of visual and material choices in reinforcing metaphorical meanings. In this part, the students' uses of material choices, color usage, and composition layout in their artworks also reflected on their life experiences, whether they choose life as a ladder, life as a reflection, or life as a puzzle. The third result is about the influence of academic background on metaphor use. And it turns out that the social science background students depicted life in their artwork as a reflection and less structure, while the science background students depicted life as a structure, which structures itself is the foundations of the science students' background. The fourth result is the perceptions of the personal and societal themes through art. In this part is the students try to connect the self-reflections with the social or environmental background that is up to date. The last one of the result is the effectiveness of art linguistic and conceptual metaphor theory in aesthetic course. In this part, it enhances cognitive and emotional engagement, increase reflective and expressive skill. Finding of this research will be recapped into several statements. The first one is the finding that explore the distinct metaphor choices reflected individual life perspective. And then the intuitive connection between materials and metaphors, the influence of academic backgrounds on artistic representations, and art as a medium for social and personal commentary, the effectiveness of art linguistic and conceptual metaphor theory in enhancing reflective thinking, and the last one of the finding is the emotional engagement and the cognitive depth through visual metaphor. After all, those are our presentation for our research. Thank you for watching.